Rocking the jumpers.
Rocking the jumpers.
J Pizzle.
I gotta get fucking situated here, Fraser.
Man.
Gotta get comfortable.
Oh, it's been a full week again, dude.
What up, Frage?
What's the haps with the craps?
Shake 'em up, shake 'em.
Roll 'em in a circle of homies.
And watch 'em break out the 7-Eleven.
Dude.
Oh, you don't got your headphones on yet. You can't.
Oh, shit, I couldn't hear, huh?
You're rocking the John Paul. Hey, Sunday? What's the date? July 8th.
Today is the 8th.
Why don't you give your regular shout-outs, Frage?
I only noticed one new subscriber, man. Need to pick that up. If you're watching, just hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. You don't, right?
Mm-mm.
That's
And
good.
it makes us feel good.
Yeah, so shout out to Alex Esparza. Saw that you signed up. Appreciate it, bud. We have some special shout outs. People that comment, go ahead and send us, what is it?
A request?
Yeah, like we got requests, but like, or they complain about the show, or you think we can make the show better, something like that. Fucking do it. But we got Hannah Rosenstahl. We got the Tenacious 3, Holly Bell, Michelle Arthur, Jennifer Benner. I heard
What?
dude, I heard she might be a free agent too. So. And then
You can't say that.
what?
No, just go ahead. Say whatever you want.
And then we have a co-sponsor this week. If you have any electrical, contracting, drywall, you need to build fucking a room, whatever, this guy's the guy. Mike Esparza Contracting Services. He's local in the 20916. And his number is 209-470-5856.
So he's found.
Mike a call.
He's found,
Yeah.
right? We found him.
Yeah, he did. Thanks to a lot of
He was missing for a
special
while.
effort. The special forces up in what is that? Calaveras County found him. All right, then we got
Send your shout-outs, Frage.
we got our what are these called? These are our requests. We got them. This one's to GF, to DW. I miss your tidy whities.
Oh, that's for my boy Floyd and me.
Yeah.
He misses my whitey tidies.
These are the special ones from Firefinger to the Kawasaki. Thanks for the ride.
From who?
Firefinger.
To who?
Kawasaki.
Ooh. Ooh.
Mr. Hyde to Maple Syrup. Thanks for sticky fingers.
Okay.
What is it? I don't know what that means. But, and from Three-Way to Jody Fonseca. I need love. When I'm alone in my room.
Sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl
who's as sweet as a dove for the first time in my life.
I see I need love.
Yes.
Ooh.
Put that.
And that's from who?
record
That's
that
from
shit,
Three-Way?
dude. That was Three-Way, dude. Three-Way put that out there.
Three-Way's deep, dude.
Dude.
Three-Way is deep, man. The fucking guy is fucking deep.
You know
Deep
what?
like the dishes he digs for the dead people he murders.
Dude, as soon as he puts the fucking LP on the 45, right?
Oh, yeah, yep.
As soon as
I listen to the records.
As soon as he puts the records on, you start thinking, "Am I gonna die?" It's real. I mean, it's really in your mind.
It's your soundtrack to your death.
Yeah. And I'm like, why do you have these certain ones on the wall up here? And you know it's for everybody he's killed. He's got a story behind every record.
Here, have a drink of this special cocktail.
Do you like kombucha? Do you drink kombucha? I don't, man.
What's good, Frage?
So, me and Weller came up with this during the week. We're going to have 10 random facts. Because, you know, I always throw Fraser facts out there like 4% of America's gay, right?
Is that true? 4%?
Dude, I found out it's 3.8%.
Yeah, but how can you really get a number on that? Because, you know, there's a lot of people that are in the closet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, man. But these are people that, you know, come out and say they're gay. So you figure if it's 4%, then it...
Probably 10%.
Here it is. This is the first fact. It comes from the Williams Institute. 3.8% of Americans are gay. This includes 1.7% that consider themselves lesbian or gay, 1.8% consider themselves bisexual, and 0.3% consider themselves transsexual.
Wrong. Wrong.
Yeah.
I think 98% of America's gay. I think just the brave people are out fucking are not afraid to come out and just fucking do it.
Perform the gayness.
We're all gay. We're all homosexual, dude. We're all gay. You know, how many times have you fucking came at me when you were drinking, trying to fucking get some dick? Multiple times.
Dude,
you're gay.
I might fucking go knuckle deep on a butthole or even make out with the man, but you know, that's my extent of gayness, dude. I just kissed a black man last weekend, dude.
Did you?
Yeah.
For what?
One of my buddies, old ladies, she brought a friend over and we were just kicking it and shit, and I've kissed my friend before, so he was saying something like, Marco said you wouldn't kiss me. And I said, dude, I'll kiss you right on the lips. So I did. There's a picture. We should probably post it on the fucking thing because it shows interracial love happening. You know, it's so good shit, dude.
You fucking gay bastard.
I'm married I'm interracially married though.
Are you?
Yeah.
How's that?
My wife's El Salvadorian. She's 100%, dude.
Do you know there on the census though there is no Hispanic. It's white, black, or other.
Hispanic origin.
It's no Hispanic origin. Not anymore. It's either white, African or black or African American or other. You have to sign other. There is no Hispanic because actually Hispanics are considered white.
I watched this dude on YouTube and it's you look it up, it just says white privilege my ass, and it's a black dude doing it, and he's actually the police department spokesman for Tucson, Arizona.
He's part of the police department?
Yeah.
Oh, and then he's the devil.
And
because the police are the
no, he goes on to talk on there, and he's the first you know, there's several ways to break people down, but we don't start off by saying I'm American. We have that commonality. We're American.
Mm-hmm.
We live in California.
Okay.
We live in the 916 or the 209.
Okay.
You know, we don't do it that way. We go straight. When you straight go black, white, you're creating a divide. When you go, I'm straight, you're gay, you're creating a divide. Okay. You keep breaking it down. You're a woman, I'm a man, you're creating a divide. And that's part of what they want to do. The people that are selling us Americana, the way, you know, to get in debt and live our lives that way, they're also selling that part, the divisiveness, instead of us being, included together.
Okay.
Because there are probably 100 things. Maybe not 100, probably more like 72.
Where'd you come up with this? Is this part of your top 10 facts?
No,
I love it.
You know, there's a lot easier ways to find commonality than there is to divide us. But what do you got, dude? I already launched number 1 for facts because this was going to be our facts show.
So I got why California has such strict gun laws.
Okay.
Because it was all created because of and you know what? That's why I try to put this on my fucking phone because I can't remember shit. The Mulford Act was created by Ronald Reagan because of the Black Panthers. The government was fear of the Black Panthers gaining too much power, so they fucking created these fucking stricter gun laws.
Weren't the Panthers in the 60s, though? That's their height?
Yeah, 67. The bill took place in 67. That's when the stricter gun laws came into California effect. 1967. See, that's why I write this shit down, otherwise I wouldn't remember. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. And Reagan fucking...
Reagan was what, governor?
Yeah, the California governor, Ronald Reagan, that helped pass the Mulford Act, state prohibiting the open carry of loaded firearms, along with the addendum prohibiting loaded firearms in the state of Capitol. It took effect because they feared the Black Panthers gaining too much power, and the Black Panthers started using their right to bear arms as a benefit to them, and then the government was like, no. Well, now it's time to reel it back a little bit.
They shut out that whole district in Philadelphia from voting. They were fucking carrying the guns and not allowing fucking white people to go in there and vote.
Who?
The Black Panthers.
Black Panthers were a great thing for this country. They created the lunches in our schools. Our lunches that are given to the kids in the schools, they created that.
I don't know if that's a fact. I think that...
No, they did. They created that. That was one thing they instituted.
Saying that they're great is no different to me than saying the KKK is great.
No, they created they were tired. They were getting pushed, killed, fucking beat down, and they said, fuck this. I mean, at some point, you kick a dog so much before the dog bites you back. Yeah. And they said, you know what? We're creating this fucking group of people where you can't just come in and do whatever the fuck you want to us anymore. We have to at least defend ourselves. When you're defenseless, you at some point you create this defense mechanism, and you're like, you know what? We're going to defend ourselves at all costs. No more coming in here. No more beating us up. No more shooting us. No more fucking raping our fucking wives. No more. We're done. Yeah. So you create this extreme out of being aggressive towards a group of people. That's why you create this. Like, Black Lives Matter wouldn't come into effect if there wasn't no KKK. Like, it's cause and effect. This is all cause and effect.
And who started the KKK, dude?
The fucking racist white folks.
Democratic Party, dude.
Oh, I don't care about that. What are you, fucking Democratic Party? It don't matter. If you're Democrat, Republican,
dude,
you're racist, you're racist.
Because the black Republicans in the South started buying firearms themselves. So when the KKK showed up to burn crosses or do their shit on the run,
Democratic Party.
They fucking started firing
But the same, and I'm not a Democrat Republican, but the same Democratic Party and same Republican Party aren't the same that it was at that time. They're not the same.
That's what Democrats like to say because they're based on starting the KKK, based on starting Planned Parenthood.
So I should vote for this Republican, strictly party line, because the Democrat was the start of a KKK years ago. That makes no sense, right?
Guilty, dude. That's like it's like a Jewish guy buying a Mercedes Benz. Oh, I'm cool with buying a Benz.
Why not? Why can't he buy a Benz?
Dude, they fucking killed 500 million Jews back in World War II, dude. I'd never buy a Benz if I was Jewish.
Okay, so under that logic, then we should fucking assume that fucking all white people are racist and they created slavery and we should never let it go.
No, anytime you...
now we're changing the narrative.
Anytime you include all, or you say all white people...
all Germans.
Or
I'm not going to buy a Benz. What about the people who made the Benz that are actually good people? The Jewish can't buy a Benz because of fucking Hitler?
No, I'm just saying whenever you use all, it shows how ignorance on the topic, man, because they're not willing to battle battles.
That's my point. Why can't Jewish people buy Mercedes?
Dude, I'm just saying if I was Jew, I wouldn't buy a Mercedes. No way, dude.
I'd buy whatever the fuck.
Another number fact, dude. So I look for what car is mostly made in the U.S.
Toyota Tundra.
No, dude. I mean, 100% built in the U.S.
I heard it was the Toyota Tundra.
It's the Tesla. The Tesla is built 100% in the
US,
is it?
Dude. Okay, maybe before Tesla it was a Toyota Tundra. I think most
Cadillac's second. It's only like 87%.
I have to look that up because I seen it was pieced in together. But I heard most of Chevy's made built and everything out of country.
A lot of them built in Mexico and Canada. And that's because of NAFTA, man. But yeah, if you looking for a really American-made car, it's fucking Tesla, dude.
Yeah, those are expensive, right?
Dude, that's why they're made in America.
So a guy was telling me about Tesla that you lease them. You can't buy a Tesla. You don't own them outright.
No, you can buy them right now. The waiting list they have is...
No, I heard that you can't buy them outright. I heard that you own them for 3 years, you lease them. You can't own a Tesla outright. You have to lease it, and then at the end of 3 years, you have to get a new Tesla. They can't legally sell you a Tesla in America. You can't own one. You have to lease it for 3 years, and then after that lease is up, you can renew it. You can trade it in for another Tesla. But in United States, you can't own a Tesla.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was explaining that the other day, dude.
I don't know.
I didn't know. That's one of my facts. What do you think about that fact, Frage?
Well, I wanted to check out how many black hockey players there were in the NHL.
How many is there?
And it gave me a little history lesson, man. So there are actually 30 black or considered, black origin.
African American?
Yeah. There are 30 in the NHL. But when the NHL started, it was done with the United States, Sweden, Finland, and Canada. The only one of those groups is the U.S. that has a double-digit percentage of black people living in the country.
Okay.
And 75% at that time were Canadian. So when the NHL started, the original 8 teams, 75% of the players were Canadian.
I wonder if they were French.
Probably French Canadians, yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the league is 93% white and 7% other. I couldn't get an exact figure on percentage of Asians, Hispanics, blacks. They didn't have it. It was just really blunt. 93% white, 7% other.
Yeah, I was listening to CC Sabathia. He was on one of the talk shows I listened to.
Pitcher for the Yankees.
And they were asking him, how come there isn't more black, African American? There is a lot of Puerto Rican and Cuban baseball players. And he goes, because in the urban cities and the ghettos, basically, there's not a lot of there's basketball courts. There ain't baseball fields. We don't have no baseball fields.
Soccer fields.
You have to go outside of your area to play these sports. They don't have organized baseball. They'll have organized basketball. And he goes, that's what we play, or football. He goes, and he goes, that's what C. Sabathia does. He goes around and he builds these baseball parks in these urban areas to try to get urban kids to start playing other sports.
Well, think it too. When you got to play baseball, you need at least 5 or 6 people You know what I mean? You can't just basketball. Me and you can go 2-on-2, 1-on-1. But you need mitts. You need balls. You need bats.
You need a field.
You need bases.
Yeah.
I mean, you can all ghettoify that, you know, make it happen.
But to have like an organized teams, I mean, and you have to have multiple teams. You can't have one team. You know, once you get all those players, you have one team. Now you have to create another team another team.
We used to play home run as kids because there would only be like 5 or 6 of us.
At Fairside.
7, yeah. We go to Fairside, play home run. We use tennis balls, fucking rubber balls, whatever.
Sticks.
But basically, you have one guy pitch. You have one guy that's hitting. If you don't hit a home run, that's an out. You get 3 outs. The next guy's up to bat. And that shit was fun. We had some really good times doing that shit, man. It was a good time. But let me see. What's another fact you got?
I looked up the 10 most dangerous jobs, but I guess everybody can Google that. That's not really...
Yeah, but it's a fact. We're just presenting facts.
Yeah, see, I don't like all this stuff. I have to
with some of our mixed fucking stupid ass thoughts process.
Yeah, and these are for death. Like logging workers are 1.
Loggers are number 1 fatality job.
Fishers and fishing workers are 2. Aircraft pilots, flight engineers are 3. Roofers are 4. Trash and recycling collectors are 5, which kind of surprised me. I was like, what the fuck? Iron and steel workers 6. Truck and sales drivers 7. Farmers, ranchers, agriculture 8. First line supervision of construction, trades 9. Grounds maintenance workers 10. Now, I was surprised not to see military people in there.
Or police.
Or police, firemen.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised not to see.
I'm a first responder. I didn't see any first responder jobs in there.
Yeah, they go by deaths per 100,000. So, makes you think.
That's true. Speaking of that, dude, you watched the fight last night?
No.
Well, Miacek, dude, he's a fucking fireman. I didn't know that. He holds a full-time job as a fireman.
Yeah, he does a commercial, right? I think he does a commercial. They did a commercial and talked about his fire.
I don't know, but I was super impressed with that. This dude's a fucking heavyweight UFC champion of the world, and he's still a fireman. He's still holding down a fucking, 9 to 5, or he works 3 days on, 3 days off kind of thing.
Yeah, but firemen don't do shit anyways.
A lot of times they don't. But
well, I mean, Liebig was a fireman.
Yeah, all that. Okay, my third fact I got is parthenogenealogy.
What's that?
I don't know how to say it, but basically 1 out of 1 billion births in the world are virgin births. Conferred virgin births.
I don't know about that.
Dude,
somebody's lying, dude.
That's a fact, dude. And I had to go through like 4 sites to
I'm going to look that up. That's interesting.
Look that one up.
A virgin birth.
Virgin birth.
I think somebody's lying. Somebody's lying to their parents.
No,
no, I never had sex.
It's where they have an attached time in there. There's a process of proving it, dude. And the baby, when it's born, they test for what do you call it? DNA and shit in the baby, and it's fucking 100% from the mother. So basically, like basically like the woman cloned herself.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, it happens in animals too. I found that out last night when I was looking at this shit.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, check it out. There's several different animals it happens to, but in humans, it's 1 in 1 billion. I thought that was pretty cool.
So I was a virgin birth. I don't think my mother had sex.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. She got 2 brothers. So
yeah, that's
she might have got laid sometime.
Yeah, after me.
So what do you got? We're on number 4, man.
Well, it was me more looking up that during World War II, we made a pact, and I forget the name. I have to look it up again. The pact with Mexico to take all their labor force, and we still actually have that pact with Mexico that we take the labor force to America. The farmers have a deal that we take the labor force when we need labor, and we did that because we sent all our troops to war and we need the labor. I think, and I think it's still in effect today.
Yeah, because they still have those seasonal visas, dude, for like squash time, pig time,
Yeah.
When shit.
And I think that's a good thing. I think we need that labor force, and I think the problem we get into where is that everybody has to keep track. I think they fill out a paper, they be able to keep track of them. You pay taxes on them, and you want to stay here, and you worked all this time. Hey, you don't have no felonies. You have current taxes. Let's give them citizenship.
Dude, you know what? Everybody's got a fucking thumbprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put your fucking thumbprint on there, like when you sign a notary or whatever, right? I'm sure they got some fucking app. You put your thumbprint there. They say, okay, this is fucking
they do.
Steven Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He's here for such and such, so August 6th or whatever. This is his pay rate.
Yeah.
Boom. Why don't they just do that right there? Fucking boom.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why is it so complicated? If me and you can figure it out, a couple fucking yahoos, why can't the fucking big time government figure that out?
The answer's right there, bro. They don't want to figure it out.
They don't want to figure it out.
They want it the way it is. I watched Sicario 2, and in it, she's telling.
Is that pretty good?
It was like an 88 out of 100.
Oh, because Sicario 1, I love Sicario.
Yeah, I give Sicario 1 like a 91.
Ooh.
You know, that's what I give it, 91.
Okay.
But I like it because they use a lot of real blood, a lot of real model, and
it's realistic, dude.
You know, syrup, that kind of shit instead of CGI. I just hate the CGI, man. I think CGI fucking ruins movies.
You do? Especially you're a Star Wars fanatic too.
Yeah, no, I like Star Wars when they used the models and they fucking had sets that were as big as this room that were a planet and shit. You know?
Okay, Lucas. Lucas fucking filming, not Disneyland filming.
I do like J.J. Abrams. I like some of the shit he does, but.
You like the fucking models, fucking.
I like when they walk into the cantina and everybody's wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're all masked. They're not fucking little computer characters.
Yeah.
You got fucking. You know. Yeah. Doing that shit, man. So another one I looked up is because you constantly hear there's two different forms of justice, right? There's the justice me and you would get if we get to court, and then there's the justice that Hillary Clinton gets when she goes to court, right?
People of power.
Yeah. Like OJ. OJ's another one.
Yep.
OJ.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Yeah. Okay.
Who's the other dude? Beretta. Remember? Beretta killed, I forget
the fucking name. Actor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, no, it's money.
Yeah.
You got the fucking money to pay for a big-time lawyer, you're getting off.
So this dude is suing. This is a fact. His name is Christian Saucer, and he's got a case against Hillary Clinton, a court case, because he did 2 years, or he got sentenced 2 years. He's a nuclear sub worker, and he took some pictures in the sub of like where he works and shit. Sent it to his mom and dad. I mean, he's like a kid, dude. Sent it to his mom and dad. They fucking locked his ass up for 2 years.
You can't take pictures of a submarine.
Because it's classified information. Well, that's the same thing that went down with Hillary, but she didn't do no fucking 2 years, dude.
Mm-mm.
And she's trafficking it on a fucking server just like we got going for the show.
Yep.
I mean...
It's power, dude. Power.
And then to follow that up, General Michael Flynn, General Petraeus, and what's his name? There's another cat. I don't know how I scribble righted, but it's a fact that there is a double standard. I mean, that's a fact.
Oh, 100%. 100%. For all the shit that they do, all these fucking big corporations and political fucking people, dude, if we did half of what they did, we'd be in prison for our whole... We'd be on death row, right? Jail, and we all know that.
I know, and you know what? It's getting to a point, there's a tipping point, just like you said, you keep kicking the dog, sometimes it's going to bite you. I really do believe that the shrinking middle class is getting to that point where we're going to bite back, dude. Because I'll guarantee if PG&E or some corporation like that fucks up the pensions and stuff like that, and you ain't got nowhere, like the GM workers, right? Mm-hmm. Remember when we bailed them out? You worked for them for 35 years, you get your pension, you're ready to retire, and all of a sudden now they're going to fucking take it away from you. You know, the first thing I would do is go... make a list and visit these people that were responsible for taking my shit away.
You heard it first, right here.
That's what I'm saying. Just this is what you do. You make a list. You just go have a nice polite conversation with them at their house. What's that? Kukui.
The fucking... Yeah, you're...
Yeah, but... I don't know. I was going off on track on that. So let's get to...
You had a fucking murder list.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it was a murder list, just for the
Kevin Frazier.
But my number 5 fact, dude, has to do with something right here in the G, dude. Right here in golf.
Okay, go ahead.
11-time barrel racing champion of the world, dude. Barrel racing for horses is Charmaine Rodman and her horse Scamper, and they're from Galt, dude. I don't know if you remember that. Come on, dude. It's a fact. It's a G-Town fact, dude.
That's good. That's good shit, man. I'll take that with me to my grave.
Come on, man. People are going to remember that forever, dude. And then, you got another one?
No, go ahead. I love your facts, dude. My facts are stupid.
Okay, so you had, what was it, the jobs you die from?
Yeah.
So I picked out what kills people worldwide more than anything else.
Okay.
And it's being fat, dude.
Obese?
Being obese, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. Food's probably the number one killer, dude.
Food kills you, dude.
What do they put in there? They put whatever they fucking want.
They do. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. Like soda, I don't give a fuck what they put in here, dude. I'm gonna drink this shit.
Yeah, you know what? I think when it's your time, it's your time. I don't like a friend of mine from work said his brother he had I don't know, it was like a leukemia or something, but this guy was CrossFit, ate healthy, watched his diet, was like, everything, the health specimen, and he got leukemia, right? I got another guy at work that's fucking 450 fucking pounds, and he's fucking healthy as fuck, and he's still growing. Fucking, it's I'm not gonna fucking not eat. Last night I had a prime rib. Went to Texas Roadhouse. I'm not gonna not eat prime rib. I'd rather die 10 years earlier.
Dude, I'm in the same boat, man. Dude. You know what you say? You know what? Frazier, fucking, yeah, he died. But you know what you say? He did what he wanted.
Yeah, he lived good.
Ate everything he wanted.
Fuck this fucking all these diets, and you know what? Let's go on a rant right now. All these fucking stupid fucking diets. All this fucking
like paleo or
fucking keto? I don't even know, dude. No fucking carbs, and I'm gonna eat a hot dog with no bun. I'm gonna fucking
hamburger with just lettuce on it.
Just lettuce wrap. I mean, what the fuck are wrong with us, dude?
Dude, because they fucking come out and tell you, hey, don't eat more than 3 eggs a week, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, if you eat 5 eggs a week, you're guaranteed to live to be 95.
The milk is no longer a fucking food base. I mean, the milk's gonna kill you. It has steroids, all right? If you like milk, have a bowl of cereal. Fuck it, dude. You're gonna die when you die. You can't fucking cut out. You're not gonna eliminate.
You're not gonna prolong your life.
Once you're born, I believe you have a checkout date. God puts a checkout date on your fucking tag as soon as you're born.
Let me throw this at you though, because this is what I always think. Like, fuck it. If I survive my first heart attack, right? Mm-hmm. Then I'm probably gonna switch the script and start eating right and shit.
Yeah, you have to. You get diabetes, whatever. You gotta watch stuff. You can't go fucking extreme, but. We are going, in this country, we're going to extremes on everything, dude. Everything's extreme. We're going to do CrossFit. We're going to work out fucking 17 hours a day. We're going to run fucking 20 miles. We're not going to eat bread. I mean, fucking enjoy your life, dude. Fuck.
Dude, but that's what gets people off, whether it's religion, whether it's fitness, whether it's fucking knowledge, whatever.
People are extremists.
Yeah.
Extremists.
I was telling a guy last night, there used to be black and white, and then there was a lot of gray. Now they're taking the fucking gray out.
It's all gray. Life is gray. Life is fucking gray.
Live my life.
Throw that arm up again like you just did it.
You like that?
No, don't do that.
Hey, but he was saying, back, he's an old timer. He's in his 70s, and he was like, back in the day when we used to get pulled over by the cops, they'd fucking just give you a warning or tell you to get out, walk, or whatever. And I say, hey, man, I'm not that much older. I remember we got pulled over by Pizza Palace, Steve Denier. We've been drinking and shit, and we're underage. I mean, I think we were 17, 18 years old. And he was like, take the keys out, throw them under the seat, lock your car up, because I know your mom and dad have a key, and walk your ass home. And you know what? That's what you did. They didn't fucking slam you in handcuffs and fucking ruin the rest of your life.
Of your life. I think that's what's going on nowadays too. They're fucking zero tolerance for everything. Zero tolerance. You fucking do this, you go to jail. You're on your record. You're fucked for the rest of your life.
Well, because here's what it is now. If let's say we did that in that scenario, cop let us go and shit. And on the way home, we fucking get ran over because we were drunk walking.
So they're responsible.
Something. Yeah, now the cops are fucked because they let us go.
Not fucking responsible. You're responsible for fucking drinking. No, everybody's releasing responsibility all the time, and this is what I always tell my kids too. They know they don't come home and say, "Well, my friend was doing." No, I don't give. The first thing I say, I don't give a fuck about your friend. Well, my teacher told me to take my hat off, and my other friend was, I don't give a fuck about that. Who cares? All I care about is you. Stop saying this person did it too, or this person does it, this guy did it. Who cares a fuck? You do something, you're responsible for it 100%. Nobody else is responsible for your shit.
You know what, man? It brings me a great story. We're playing fucking baseball. This is when I lived down in L.A. Playing street ball. Fucking guy hits a ball, breaks a window. All the fucking kids take off. They're gone. I'm standing on second base. I'm just standing there. The guy comes out, starts yelling and shit. And he's like, who the fuck broke my window? I said, I didn't do it, man. What the fuck are you doing here? I said, I didn't break your window. I got no reason to run. Well, who did it? I don't know. You gotta go chase. They took off, but I didn't do it. Right? Mm-hmm. Straight up, man. I love it when my kids tell me that. You know what, Dad? I broke the faucet. I broke the chair in there. I don't want to go in there and sit in the fucking chair and fall down and then fucking figure out who broke it. You know what I mean? Be straight with shit. If you broke it, claim it, man.
Just claim it. Stop fucking saying, well, I mean, these people or this person, I mean, this happened. Stop saying that. I'm trying to break my son of that. You know, he's little, so I'm trying to break him. But my daughter gets a ticket. She calls me right away. Dad, I got a ticket for fucking riding too close to somebody behind. I know you told me all the time, but I don't know. What do you want me to do? Okay, we'll deal with it from here on out, and we'll figure it out. But just be honest.
You know what? I call it the fucking excuse generation, man, because they got an excuse for fucking
everything, dude. Well, parents are to blame because parents will say,
totally,
you know, well, my kid, but you know, there is also other kids that weren't allowed to do that. Who gives a fuck about those other kids? Worry about your fucking kid.
Yeah.
I'm going on a rant.
No, yeah, fucking some guy was talking shit last night, like, hey, because one of the guys, Tommy G's, his daughter was handing out beer. She's only like 14, 15 years old. Mm-hmm. But she's handing everybody beers when we're playing poker. And he's like, how could you have your daughter touch alcohol? And Tommy G was like, you know what, fuck it. That's what I had kids for, to do shit like that. What the fuck? Fucking
Some
idiot.
Parents are like that, though. They don't want
I don't want them to touch alcohol. Oh, my God. Get out of here, dude.
Yeah. Just because I tell my son, hey, go grab somebody a beer, doesn't mean they're going to fucking drink a beer.
Yeah, now your son's an alcoholic.
Yeah. He knows he's not going to fucking drink a beer. Just because I fucking cuss around my kids know they're not going to fucking... My little boy knows he's not going to cuss around me. My daughter cusses, but she's 21 years old. But he knows he's not going to cuss around me. It's just disrespectful.
No,
I don't allow him.
My rule is, and it was started with Clifton, Maryland, when I moved in there. My little sister started cussing. I hear her cussing. Oh shit, fuck this, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna get her ass whipped. But I talked to my mom, Marilyn, about it. She's like, no, I don't care if you say shit or fuck or whatever. That's just something. Now, if you tell me fuck you, then we got a problem. You know, and that's the way I do it with my kids.
That's your way of raising, and that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
So I have my own prerogative. I don't want my kids cussing when they're little. I want my kids to say uncle and aunt and grandma and grandpa. They're not going to call people by their first fucking names. Yes, sir. No, ma'am.
Hey, Tim.
Fuck. I think it's just build up. It's a build up for a sign of not respecting people later on, and it is. You can see it translate when they get older, and that they don't have that respect for people anymore because they weren't taught it when they were little. They were taught that, well, if that adult disrespects me, I can disrespect. No, I always tell my kids, no, that's not for you to decide. That's for me to decide. You can tell me what happened, and then I'll deal with that. But that's not for you to decide to disrespect them. You just come and tell me. You still be respectful, and then you come and tell me what happened.
I'll tell you this. I got the niece comes over, and she's talking to my 12-year-old. They're talking about things, and she's trying to get political. Here she is, 23, 24 years old.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get political with a fucking 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And my 12-year-old's going step for step with her on shit, and she doesn't understand why she can't control this 12-year-old. It's because she's got her own mind. She thinks things out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And bottom line, she goes, well, you need to stop listening to your mom and dad. They got one point of view on things. They don't think of everything, the whole subject. And Maya's like, no, my dad watches a lot of different things, and he reads all the time. So I can't wait to have this conversation with her, man, because she thinks that since she's going to college, she's smarter than everybody else. And because I haven't got a college degree, that she's better educated than I am. And one of my points I'm going to have with her is all the books she's read, she's been assigned to read those books or to learn from those books, right? And then make a grade of it. The last 400 or 500 books that I've read have been self-choice. Nobody paid me or told me or assigned me to go read these books. I wanted to read these books because of knowledge for myself. You're not going to get that out of this generation. The process of reading and learning, it's gone. It's this now.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's this,
that's true.
Man.
You try to control some of it, but you can't all the time control that. It's hard because it's 24/7, and I mean it's a fight. It's even still how I'm an asshole at my house. I'm like zero tolerance at home, but it's still a fight even with that. I mean I still yelled at my son yesterday and my daughter. I mean still she's older, but I'm still like fuck. Just put down the fucking phone. Or I tell my son, you know this is drugs, right? This is every time you're using this or you're playing video games online with your stupid fucking headphones, you're losing brain cells. Every time you're doing this, you're losing brain cells. So I noticed that when he plays for hours, and then I tell him, DJ, what's going on here? I don't know. Like, I said, see, because you just lost fucking brain cells with this shit. This is what happens. You lose fucking brain cells. It's drugs, dude. It's fucking drugs. But I don't say it is this because it's harder to maintain, but it's still, we blame the generation. It's the parents. It's the parents of the generation.
It is, man. And, you know...
This parent is a 24/7 job, dude.
They'll tell you 100 different ways you can do to cut this time down or to put in safeties or this and that. But fucking kids, just like you're saying, cussing, you know, we had a Halloween party a couple years ago, and we're setting up in the garage and shit, and all the kids are outside, and these are like 11, 12-year-old kids. And I hear them out there talking, they're like, oh yeah, fuck this motherfucker and shit, and you know, because kids talk like that when parents aren't around, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, they cuss it up, and I'm talking the girls and shit too, because I don't remember girls cussing when we were...
Not really. I never heard them.
If I heard them say cunt or something like that, I would be like, oh my god.
Yeah, she's filthy.
Yeah, but I heard these little girls saying fuck and shit, and I was like, holy shit. And I walked out there, and I was just grinning, because they knew I was on the other side. They didn't know, but once I came around, they knew I heard everything they said. It's like getting caught, you know?
Yeah.
Getting caught doing something.
But I think it all reverts back to parenting.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Everything reverts back to parenting. So the political part of it, when you were talking about your niece and stuff, you know, I at home, every once in a while my son will ask me something, and I'll say, well, this is what I think, and I always say, but at the end of the day, fuck all this politic bullshit. I said the only thing that matters is the golden rule: how you treat people and how they treat you. You want to treat people how you want to be treated. At the end of the day, DJ, that's all that really matters. I said I can tell you what my political belief is, and you know what? Nobody really cares, but at the end of the day, all that matters is how you treat people, how you treat that homeless person, how you fucking help somebody when they need help. That's all that matters. All the other shit is just bullshit. It's stuff we talk about because we're bored.
Well, it's different when you're, because college now, I think college are basically, there's like 95% of all college professors are liberal. It was less than 5% went to Trump. You remember, I've seen that.
I think it's got to be a high percentage unless you send your kid to like a Christian school.
Like I told her, you know, just because you get a degree doesn't mean you're a professor. Doesn't mean you're fucking gonna get the best job ever. I've got plenty of people at my job now that have degrees, but they're working this job because of the money. You know, they're making 80, 90,000 as a teacher, but if you can make 250 doing something different, they're gonna do it, man. And then I remember Burgess Meredith said this. He goes, just because you have a degree doesn't mean you're great. There's a bunch of assholes out there with driver's license that don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Am I right?
What?
Dude, you see it every day. I see it every day. I hate fucking people. I hate driving.
I think being a stripper is a respectable occupation.
Dude, if I had it, I would do it, dude. Think about it. Drugs, dancing.
I don't know. What the fuck do we know, huh?
Well, speaking of that, let's go to fact number 7. And this is going to blow a lot of people's minds, but it's a fact. Fleetwood Mac Rumors is the all-time selling album.
I believe it.
Well, I used to think it was Michael Jackson Thriller, man.
But I think they can differentiate between single artist and group and a band or something like that.
Yeah, because Beatles was on there. Garth Brooks was number 2, dude, and that threw me off too. But you got to think that Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Who the fuck listens to Garth Brooks? What the fuck is wrong with this fucking country?
But look at, and that's worldwide, man. But that's the other thing. How come in the top 10 list I don't see any fucking shit from Australia or Japan?
Oh, because we create pop culture, dude. America creates pop culture. We are pop culture.
But you gotta think, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, what is it? It's like
Fleetwood Mac's a good fucking band.
They're good, dude. But it's like 40 years old, so they've had 40 years to sell this shit. Yeah. And then
now it's changing so it's not going to go off album sales anymore. Because go off streaming sales because they don't sell albums like they used to anymore. You know, back when you had a platinum artist was you sell 1 million copies. Now a platinum artist is where you stream and nobody buys it, but you stream 1 million streams.
Here's what I was thinking though too. So this shit came out.
Nobody buys records.
They had the records, but then it went to 8-track, and then from 8-track to cassette, and then cassette to CD, And now from CD to fucking streaming.
Because you can stream service everything.
That's another thing is Fleetwood Mac went through all those processes. So you say, oh, I love that album, Rumors. Oh, I got to buy the 8-track. Oh, shit, now I got to buy the cassette.
But then back then you had to buy something physical, a physical copy to listen to it. Really, unless you listen to radio once in a while.
That's what I'm saying. They had that, you know.
It'll never change. These records will never be broken anymore because no one's gonna buy albums anymore. No one's buy a good selling album. Back then you could sell Diamond would be 10 million. You know, you get artists at 10 million or sell 5 million. It's like insane. Now, if you could sell about 250,000 copies, like that's really, really good now. That's really good now. So the physical sales don't happen anymore.
Dude, I just picked a scab off on air.
Mm-hmm.
Bleeding for the fucking cause. But that was number 7.
Okay, give me number 8.
Okay, so 8, 9, and 10, I went with the amendments. And the 13th Amendment, this is a fact. It's on slavery. It was passed 132 to 52 by Republicans to end slavery.
Oh, then I'm voting Republican Party line. Straight to fucking middle.
Otherwise you're a racist. 14th Amendment, which gave women and blacks the right to vote, was also passed by a Republican majority. This is the one that fucking really pisses me off, though, is the 15th Amendment, man. 0 Democratic support, which gave the right to vote to all citizens.
I'm voting straight Republican from here on out, because Republicans are the best people, dude.
That's what I gotta say, man.
Fuck no. Dude, Republicans are fucked up. I used to be Republican, and I'm like, I'm independent. I'm 100% independent. Fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans.
But let me ask you this. Okay, let's take an awesome city like Detroit, right? What has happened to Detroit? Where it used to be Motown, it used to be Motor City, fucking, right? Making cars, cashing checks,
what major city is not in like Democratic control?
That's what I'm saying, man. Look what's happening to all the major cities. Where are all the real problems in America? Inner cities.
Major cities. Big, huge cities.
And who controls them?
Mostly, I would say probably, if I had to guess, probably Democrats.
Democrats.
Yeah.
So the proof is in the pudding. You know, the liberal ideas. Look at San Francisco. Have you been? When's the last time you've been to Frisco?
A week ago, 2 weeks ago.
So you've seen it, man. I mean, it's fucking really rich or really poor. There's no middle class in San Francisco anymore.
No, did you see that article where it said if your income is $110,000 or $117,000 a year, you're considered low income. Yeah, and if you make like 70, 80 grand, you're below poverty level.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
It's no doubt, man. But I mean, look at what they've done. There's your idealistic liberal thought process that controls these major cities, right? Like, we just had a guy transfer from the San Francisco yard up to Sacramento. So I'm bullshit. Well, he's a young kid. He's probably like 24. Mm-hmm. And he's like, man, I love it here. I'm like, why? He's all, you have no tents. There's no homeless around the yard. I mean, because every day he's having to fight around the PG&E yard in San Francisco. There's fucking tents all lined up along PG&E on this fucking streets out there.
Yeah, and you know, part of that is you got a vast population of people. It's all condensed into a small area. So you're going to have more crime, more poverty, more homeless. You're going to have that stuff. Then a fucking town that has 5,000 people, which you can control a little bit better. And, you know, it's the numbers. The numbers add up, you know. It's like black on black crime. Well, of course it's going to be black on crime. Just like there's Chinese on Chinese crime. There's white on white crime. It's the most the population you have there. It's just that's what it is. It's not. We try to, you know, amplify it, but it's not any more than fucking Jamaican on Jamaican crime because all the Jamaicans live together. It is what it is.
Here's my thing about the tent cities and shit, though, man. Is you're enabling it. You're allowing that to happen, right? They're enabling it. They're allowing it to happen. Because I'll guarantee if some motherfucker set up his tent out in front of my house right here, I would fucking make sure I would play Barry Manilow 24/7 and drive this motherfucker crazy to get him out of here. I would do everything possible.
But you have the population, a smaller population in Galt, where probably they're out in the fields or out in fucking train yards or something. They're in a different spot. And I still think that most of these homeless people have mental issues.
Dude, okay.
I don't think it's
just from my experience, because you know one of my dads was a hobo.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say after I kicked it with him for about a week, 5 days. I kicked it with him. No showers, did the whole thing. I just lived like they lived, did the same drugs, drank the same wine, all that shit they did.
Did the same drugs.
Yeah.
Huff and paint.
No, they got all kinds of shit. I mean, they probably invent this shit, but most of them are out there because they're addicts. They want to slam. They want to fucking get drunk all day. They want to do something like that. Now, what I think occurs is after doing that for so many years, it takes its toll on your mind.
Right, yeah.
But it wasn't mental to begin with. It was.
But there is
simply giving up.
It depends on your definition of mental problems, because there is a mental flaw when you want to do drugs over and over and over. There's something in your head that's not 100% there. That you say, oh, I need to do drugs. I got to do drugs. Something's mentally wrong with you if you're fucking substituting drugs for life. So there is a mental flaw there.
What do you think this is then?
Exactly.
If you called it a drug, I mean...
that's what I'm saying. It is.
Yeah.
It is. But there is, but when it creates to where you're living, homeless and you're fucking scavenging for food, there is some sort of mental fucking malfunction in your head. I mean, it is what it is, because it's not really, for the most part, I think, normal to want to live like that.
But some people choose it, man. I mean...
And if you choose it, you choose it. I mean, you figure out...
My dad, he left me at a party, He had it in his mind that somebody else is going to take care of his kids, and he's just going to go fucking party, do his
So there was some mental incapabilities in your dad's head that didn't let him function, where he could have the responsibilities of his
life. He made a choice, man, because, he was holding down the job. He was, what do they call it? It's where you're an addict or you're an alcoholic, but you do go to work every day. And
functioning.
A functioning alcoholic. Yeah. There you go. So he was that, and then he what he called was, he said, I'm tired of playing the role. And this is going to roll into our next topic, dude, which is the fucking, the American way. And that's what he was tired of. And when he did, because he was borderlining, I mean, I think he made like maybe $20,000 a year, maybe like $8 or $9 an hour. And this is back in the 80s, so it wasn't really bad money, it wasn't really good money. He just kind of making ends meet. But he got tired of trying to keep up with the Joneses and get the new car and do this and that, because he wasn't like that. So he just said, fuck it.
Well, there's a balance in there.
No, we see that. We see that. But the other part is we're not selfish. I'm not a selfish person. Like, I've been taking care of 8 people. Mm-hmm. For the last fucking 15 years. I've been taking care of 8 people every day, doing that, living my life. But part of that sacrifice I do is knowing that I'm taking care of my family.
Right.
He was at a point where he was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah, see, that's where, you're right. You said selfish is probably a good word for it, because when you have...
Addiction
when you choose to have children, you choose to take on a different responsibility. That means 24/7, you're going to have to take care of these lives. I think if you want to live like that, don't have kids.
Well, I saw this too, okay, it breaks down racially for single mothers or children being raised by one parent family, right? And it's overwhelming. It's like 90% are women. Only 10% are their single fathers taking care of the kids, right?
Okay.
So, and then you break it down for those 90% of the women that are taking care of one or maybe sometimes 3 or 4 children by themselves. Ethnicity, it breaks down. 58% of those single women are black. So they're missing the father in the home. 33% are Hispanic, 22% are white, and they didn't even have a category as so low for Asian or other, like Hawaiian, Filipino, Chinese. They didn't have it, dude, because it seems like maybe their culture or the way that they see life when you make life is way different than ours. But we have this these fathers that are abandoning their children from the get-go, man. And you slap inner city on top of that, that's where the problem in America is. It starts right there, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2-person family. And if you call that privilege or white privilege or whatever...
Well, I think there's more... you can't always make excuses. I know we talk here, and sometimes it sounds like I'll make excuses, but there are more contributing factors to certain things, like why certain people in inner cities have only one parent. Maybe a lot of times, they're targeted, they go to jail for crimes that other people commit for longer sentences. I think that's a proven fact, too.
Well,
longer sentences...
I heard this guy talk, too, and he's like, nobody put that gun in your hand. You decided to do the armed robbery yourself.
Well, how many people go to jail that are fucking innocent? Or smaller crimes? How many people are in jail for fucking marijuana, and now fucking marijuana is going to be a big fucking moneymaker for a lot of politicians? I mean, it's and then who started out selling marijuana and then graduated to something else? Or
there is a game there, but let me ask you, why haven't you committed armed robbery?
How do you know I did?
That's what I'm saying, dude. No, I will say
because first of all, I'm scared to go to fucking jail.
Okay, I have committed felonies. I will admit that I have committed felonies. I just haven't been caught.
That's part of it. But the balance part of it, I think I was trying to get to that part. The balance part of it, and we were talking about what you said, American.
The American way.
American way. I think there's a balance part of it. And I think that we are brainwashed. We're so fucking brainwashed to believe we have to sell this house to buy a bigger house and to have a nicer... And if you want to do that, go ahead. Go for it. But that's not... I think there is a balance between being able to take care of your families and enjoying your life. Like, that takes away from what you're doing with your family, I think, personally. Because if I'm not at work... This is the only thing I do besides 99% of my time, spend time with my family, right? And all you guys know, try to get me to do something is hard because I'm always doing something with my family. But I think there's a balance there in enjoying your life and doing something with your family. Like, I was talking to Frazier, and I'm like, I'm not hanging around Steve because he has a big house and a pool and some jet skis and a fucking boat. I'd rather hang around Frazier, who, even if he was living in an apartment, would fucking be doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't buy into that whole American bullshit way. I don't buy into it. And that's probably why I'm a fucking outlier. Everybody's always fucking against me, but I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm enjoying my life. I'm happy with my life. And, like, everybody's like, well, you could buy this house and you could take 2% of your fucking income and put it more into your 401k. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. This time on my planet is so short. I'm going to enjoy my life with my fucking family. That's it. And if I can pay my bills, take care of my family, and give my kids a better life, but in the meanwhile, not take away from that, trying to get that extra fucking car or that bigger fucking house. I'm not buying into that bullshit. And that's what they're trying to sell you. I mean, that's what the holidays are for. The holidays are for Valentine's is to spend money on cards and all that bullshit. Christmas now is about spending money at the fucking mall. It's all stuff that we're fucking brainwashed to believe.
They sell you that American debt. The American dream is debt.
Debt.
And that's what they want to... I got 2 friends I know of that absolutely have no debt. I must have 100 friends. I mean, I have a lot of friends. But I have 2 that I know of that have absolutely no debt. And that's where I want to be.
That's the goal. That's my goal, is to be debt-free, right? Yeah. But it's so hard sometimes when you're raising kids and shit pops up and you need tires on the car and then this kid needs that and then you got a fucking bill that shows up here or whatever. It's hard to do.
Like I said, man, I had 8 people I was responsible for. Now I'm down to 4 in the house. Mm-hmm. Dude, food's less. School clothes are coming up. That's less. Everything's slowly breaking down. But my goal is to get out of this American debt game when I'm 55.
They don't want you to, Fresh.
So I know, but that's what I'm doing. I'm getting out when I'm 55. I've achieved my pension and all that kind of shit by then. So I'm not going to work. I'm just going to fucking do drugs and have a good time, dude. What? I'm not going to live in a tent.
You think you're going to be still jacking off at 55?
Fuck no, I barely jack off now, dude.
Really?
We were talking about this the other night, or last night at poker, dude, and these guys are talking about fucking, going to town. Maybe it's because my shoulders are fucked up. Okay. Because, I mean, that hurts, but I jacked off like maybe 3 times this year, dude.
Really?
The other thing's finding time, dude. People come over all the time, dude. I'm not going to be in the middle of a fucking move and like, oh, shit. I'm taking a shit, No, dude. I gotta watch it, man. We live that's what I was telling my wife too. We got so many family members and friends and stuff that live around here. People just show up. They don't call and be like it used to be. Hey, well, are you gonna be home? I'll probably be there in about 10, 15 minutes. It's cool. They don't do that shit. They just come over.
Really? Fuck, that's why I moved to West Sac, dude. Oh, I love it. Nobody bothers me. Nobody knocks on my door. No privacy. I can come home from work. I'm relaxed. Too. Dude, I love it.
That's why I want to move out there like DG, dude. Because DG, I mean, you got to plan when you're going to go out to his house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I would rather have than just fucking being right here.
Or you can stay off the grid like Be Sweet.
Oh, dude, you see anybody found him, dude? Speaking about finding him.
That guy has to be in the CIA, dude.
Dude, I don't know what happened to him, man. That reminds me, dude. Fucking. So I had a fella remind me of this story we had. We were in high school. We were at a party, and this fucking kid Magana ends up getting into it with another kid from Elk Grove. And you know how people talk shit like, "Well, all right, fucker, I'm gonna bring all my friends back,
homies.
Yeah, I'm bringing all my homies back, and we're gonna fucking have a battle." And like whatever. So It's a garage party. Fucking, we're all dancing and shit. All of a sudden, these fucking 3 cars pull up. Boom, boom, boom. They jump out. They're all Crips. So this little fucking Eminem motherfucker that was talking shit to Magana, instead of just going mano-y-mano like that, his friends get out of the car, pick up a little dog, throw the dog up, they shoot it, shoot the other 2 dogs in the front yard. They just start unloading in the garage, and there must have been 20, 25 people in the garage. 3 people got hit. Kawasaki got hit. Majeski got hit. Mark Donahue got hit in the head. And me and Firefinger, we're fucking scared as fuck. So we run in the house, and we're like going to tell people, hey, there's a shooting going on, this, that. Guy comes in through the back door, and he's got a fucking gun in Jeff Ward's mouth already.
Oh, wow.
We're like, oh, shit, dude. And we're kids, you know, we're 16, 17 years old. So me and Firefinger go hide in a fucking closet. We're sitting there holding on to each other like, I love you, man. Fucking, we know what's gonna happen and shit.
We're going down.
Waiting. And then we hear the cars pull off, go into the garage, see what's going on. Donahue's laying on the ground. Got a fucking blood coming out all over. And this is back when we had, remember where we had flannels? Uh-huh. Took my flannel off and I wrapped his head. It was like it wasn't like this kind of, it was like a grazer, like.
Oh, so he got lucky.
Yeah, he got real lucky. Juicy got one through the fucking arm. I think Kawasaki got one on the shoulder. But sat there and fucking waited for the cops to show up, and it's one of those things where it's not Galt cops, it's the fucking sheriffs because they're out in the country and shit. And, me and Firefinger were rehashing that, and he told me to bring it up, and I did, man. I brought that story up for you, bud, because you don't hear about shootings in Galt too often, man.
Nah.
But back in the day, it happened too, so. It's just funny, people do talk shit all the time, and they're like, oh, I'm going to bring my brother, or I'm going to get my friends.
But he really did.
Yeah, and this dude come back with a bunch of fucking Crips straight off of Colors. They got out of the car, they were like, Colors.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking.
King of my jungle, just a...
gangster stalking.
Yeah. So, what are we going to roll into now, dude?
We got to finish it up here real quick, so...
we got
hashtag #MeToo. Are you getting hashtag #MeToo? You could get hashtag #MeToo any moment. You know that, right?
I know, dude.
You ever think about that? Lay in bed, be like, oh man, what if it just came out? Especially if you ran for like fucking city council. You can't run for city council, bro.
I'm doing it, dude.
No, I'll fucking press charges on you for #MeToo.
The sad thing about it is there is I don't know. Let's go with the Fraser fact. 90% of Me Too people do have that fucking rape, that workforce, sexuality shit going on. But then you got this other 10% of them that are fucking like,
where'd you get those numbers?
He looked at me crazy.
Where'd you get that number?
You can get those from the Fraser. There's a Fraser Institute.
Because honestly, I think there's more people that I think there's less people that actually got physically raped than like sexually. Like, hey, what's up? You know what's going on? I think that happened more often. I don't know,
man, because when we were growing up too, you used to grab a little ass.
We lived in the rape culture. It was our rape culture.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying.
You taught me.
Times have changed.
I didn't do it, but you were trying to teach me, and I was like, I'm not going for it, Frasier. That's Me Too shit. I was Me Tooing back in the 80s, bro. And you were like, no, you have to. You have to grab them.
Like, girls like it.
Yeah.
They want you to grab their butt. He's waiting in the lunch line if I can grab a little butt. Wasn't me. It was Weller.
Yeah. No, I never did that. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Fucking. I think that's the way it is with everything, though. You got the fucking real deal shit's happening, and these people are trying to push a cause, and I'm all for that. But the other faking the funk motherfuckers are ruining and watering down the fucking cause.
You do.
They're not adding to it.
You take away from the people that really got fucking raped. Yeah, you're taking away from it. Some of it you just gotta fucking eat it and say, you know what?
I walked by the construction site and they were whistling at me.
That's what they were talking about on that podcast I listened to.
I have to go home and think about that. And I just don't know how to handle it. No.
But don't you want that? I mean, if you're a chick and you're dressing sexy and you're walking down the street, don't you want somebody to look at you? That's why you're kind of doing it, right? Not to grab you, not to physically, but like, hey, mama, what's going on? Hey, pretty woman, what are you doing? Doesn't that make you feel good?
Dude, I think this way all the time, right? Like, why do you got a job? to make money. What do you do with your money? You buy clothes that you think you look good in.
Fuck, I pay bills, dude. I don't buy myself shit.
But bottom line is you try to look good if you're single, like I'm married, you're married, fucking I try to look good if we gotta do something important. Otherwise I don't give a fuck, and my wife knows that. I wear a t-shirt 93% of the time.
Okay.
You know? But when you dress up and you try to look nice and shit like that, that's what you're doing. You're trying to say to the other sex, hey, look how fucking good I look. And then if a guy compliments you and says, hey, mommy, sit on my face.
You know? I don't know about sit on my face.
You know, something like that.
He went extreme.
Well, that's the way we got to take it. It's to the extreme. That's the only way people understand, dude.
Pull out your dick. Hey, mama, look at my dick.
Check this out. No.
Oh, she mad at me.
So Tito had a chick over the other night, Letty. She's a really cool chick, Letty, if you're watching. She's a really cool chick, but she's like, the thing I hate the most is dick pics. She's like, I don't want to see your dick. Don't send me a dick pic. Don't think it's cool, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to jump on that shit.
Nobody wants to look at that.
Yeah, except the fellas.
That's funny. Have you on Netflix? Have you watched the One Day at a Time, the new one?
Nuh-uh.
It's Mexican family. But they were talking about it last night. It was the first time I started watching it. It's a series, One Day at a Time. Remember the old One Day at a Time with Valerie Bernelli?
Yeah.
Well, they have one, but it's a Cuban family, and right? Schroeder? It's a mom. Yeah, and they have a janitor with the name of Schroeder. What is it?
It was Schroeder on One Day.
Yeah, it's the same name. And but they were talking about that. They were like, they want a picture of women, but nobody wants a picture of that dick. No, nobody's like, ooh, let me look at that dick pic. I mean, that's fucking gross, dude. No, I sent my it's like a fucking...
You guys are all, there's a lot of veins in there. It looks gross.
Oh, that was yours?
The one by the toilet paper?
I gotta know what I was jacking off to.
The only time I
thought that was Liebig.
The only time I see dicks is on our fucking text stream we got with the fellas. That's the only time I see dicks.
You don't even look at yours, huh?
I don't even try, dude. I'm like, no.
You ever do different angles of your pics?
Dude, it was funny. In yours, you're fucking laying there. You're like, I don't know who it is.
That ain't me, dude.
It's got your fucking fan of, dude.
That ain't even me, bro.
It's your fan.
That fucker's 14 inches long. That ain't me.
And then the Be Sweet one, dude. Bernie ain't left-handed, dude. He's holding left-handed. I'm like, he ain't left-handed.
Plus, there was bars on the window on that one.
Switch? Yeah, there ain't no bars on the window.
This guy lives a good life. He ain't living where no bars are at. This guy lives wealthy.
It's just so racist that fucking Firefingers puts it out there that it's him, dude, just because he's dark-skinned. Oh, that's funny, dude. Oh, okay, so I guess the last one, we're coming up. We're at an hour, dude. How about the translator? So I listened to this cat on the radio the other day. He's a retired CHP officer, and he's doing community services and shit like that, but he's Mexican-American, born and raised here in America. And he's fluent in Spanish, so his wife works at the hospital, and she's like, hey, we got a job opening. It's like 3 days a week for a translator. So he's like, all right, cool. So he's been a translator now 4 or 5 years, and he called in the radio show just to say how pissed off he was because he looks at the premiums and the cost of our healthcare insurance. And a big part of that goes up because here in California, we have this deal where we have translators. And he's saying the people he's translating for or have been here, 20, 25 years, and they've yet to assimilate and learn American culture.
I don't think that's a big part of the fucking cost for health insurance, dude.
But
it's translation.
But it is an added cost that we pay, even though we don't pay for the service.
I think it's the fucking insurance companies trying to scam us and pit us against each other.
I think a lot of times it's a people scamming too, because I'm sitting in the office listening to them talk to other people in English. And then when their translator comes in, then it's just straight Spanish.
I think it's the insurance companies. Look at the fucking presidents get fucking the people who run these insurance companies are getting $50, $60 million bonuses.
Yeah, man.
Like, come on, man. Are you serious? How much money do you really fucking need? That goes back to the American fucking dream. But how much money do you really? You don't need all that fucking money.
One of my main points he was saying, though, man, is that in other countries, like if we go to France, you need to assimilate. You need to learn some French if you're going to get shit done, right? If you're going to move to Russia, you should probably learn some Russian, Yugoslavia, or Ukrainian speech or whatever.
That's the difference between the greatest country in the world.
Yeah,
America it's all languages, dude.
Yeah, here in America, though, we cater to people rather than having them assimilate. We cater to their.
But assimilate to what? English was never recognized as a fucking as the language. In our Constitution, it never says English to be our fucking. It'll say our main. It's
not a rule.
Our main language is English, right? But it's never been in our Constitution. Everybody goes back to the Constitution for everything, especially gun rights and all this other bullshit. Fucking. Never goes back and says, they don't say English is the main language you have to learn. It's because people came over from Italy. People came over from France.
Capitalism is the reason why we do assimilation through. We cater to other people. You go to North Dakota, or you go someplace like Idaho, walk into Home Depot, it's just straight English signs.
Right, but all the Spanish-speaking people are Texas, California, all through here.
And that's why you go to Home Depot here, you got everything in Spanish underneath it.
Yes, because we annexed all this area was all Mexicans anyways before. And I mean, and the people who were living here just became citizens. I mean, because that's why there's so many Mexicans here, because this was Mexico, Indian country. It was all that. We annexed this country, this area when we fucking had to fucking, the what was it? What war was that?
The Mexican War.
Yeah, the Mexican-American War. We got all that, but the language is still Mexican, it's still Spanish. I mean, those people didn't leave; they just had more kids. So what are we assimilating to? Like, I go 4th of July, we're going up to the beach, and we're driving by all these fields, and everybody's taking the day off. They have all the Mexicans out there still fucking working in these fields to get us fucking vegetables, to get us fruit, to get us everything to these stores. But we fucking throw them in a fucking lowercase level of fucking society because, what, they're not white? I mean,
no, they're doing that because they don't give a fuck about 4th of July. You know they ain't out there on the 5th of May picking.
The Cinco de Mayo is not even a fucking Mexicans don't even celebrate that shit, dude.
But that's the day they party on, dude.
All the Mexicans I work with are you taking for what? That's not even a holiday. That's American holiday. That's what they always tell me.
Yeah, that's because they're whitewashed, man.
They're whitewashed.
Yeah. Well, we'll roll it out, huh?
Peace to the Middle East.
Got that clip, man. It's a pretty good show.